What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. And reserved for the best is super dope. I do sell comics. Check me out on Instagram at 6th_element_comic. What is good? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the 6th Element of Hip Hop. I'm your host, Reno Noir. This is my co-host, Stu Dog. What's good, my brother?
Peace.
And we got Sada, the sister, in the house.
Hey, guys.
Peace.
Just the person I want to see.
What's up, everybody?
Miss Sada, we saw your video on the cancellation of Batwoman. Legends.
And now Naomi.
Naomi, did you know that they were canceled due to leasing space?
Yeah, I just found that out.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the cancellation of Naomi. It was a show
Naomi,
on the
right.
CW, yeah. And I found out, like, I think but it was it was sometime today before I released the Naomi video that it was because of leasing, and I was like, whoa,
that's meaning what?
The leasing was all right. The studio that they were leasing to film the the studios that they were using it, they were leasing studios to film these shows. You have Charmed as well that got chopped, Roswell, New Mexico. 44 in the dark, and Naomi, they all got axes because the merger between Discovery and WB is taking place, and the studio space is due to renew the lease on was June 1st, and they were like, we're not renewing the lease, so there's nowhere to film the show, so the show was ultimately canceled. And they weren't canceled because of ratings; they were canceled because they didn't want to rent the studio. They want to renew the lease on the studio. So until right, don't forget the Netflix deal also is a part of that too. It had a major impact on the CW, which it's not, that deal's not even going to reach a stable environment until they figure out what they're going to do as far as the CW and Discovery's concerned. It's unfortunate that we get stuff like that happens, but to me, the only show I liked out of those shows was Legends.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really watch Legends. The only ones I really liked were Arrow, and that was at the beginning, and then Flash, and that was really it, honestly.
Flash. Yeah, I watched Flash, Stargirl.
People like Stargirl.
Yeah, Stargirl was good.
I gotta get on it. Oh, I gotta get on it. That is
Stargirl was good. Superman and Lois is good too.
Yeah,
it's really good. And it's sad that we lose shows to toy lines and studio space and backdoor deals that are made in the dark.
Yeah,
well, because that's how, there's a great new show right now called The Offer, if anybody's watching that. And it is about the making of the Godfather movie.
I've seen promotions for that.
Yeah, and it's really great. And if you like the Godfather, you're gonna love it. But yeah, I mean, any mob flick if you like any mob movies, it's really good because it shows the people that were involved in making the movie: Francis Ford Coppola, Mario Puzo, Alan Ruddy, and Bob, and I think it's Bob Evans. I think it's Bob Evans. Was like a big studio exec, and so I bring that up to say, if you watch that show, it's a really good example or expose of the way Hollywood is 100% a business. It is a market to make money. The guys in the studio people, the people that are involved in putting the shows on and the movies on, they have not an artistic bone in their body. They're not they don't care. They couldn't care less about, stories or fans or art or any of that stuff. All they care about is the bottom line. And they'll cancel a show in a heartbeat if that bottom line isn't adding up. They will cancel the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They'll shut it down. They don't care because they don't care. It's just, if this is not going to profit us, we're not doing it, because these big companies, while we see films and shows and shit as art and stories and stuff like that, they strictly see it as a business. And I know everybody, talks about the movie business, but that show, The Offer, is a great window into that business side, where you can see how they don't give a damn about the story. They don't give a damn about what's good for the movie or what's good for the show or the art or whatever. All they care about is the bottom line, in a way that is so cut and dry that, just like we've been talking about, they'll cancel the show based on the toy line or based on leasing the studio space. They just don't care. It has nothing to do with what's good, Slade. They just don't care. They don't care about the art. And it's like, Stu said many times, Hollywood ain't that smart. It's not that they're not smart. They're smart, but they're smart for business reasons. They're smart in the money way. They're smart for, getting a profit, but they're not smart when it comes to telling a great story or pleasing the fans or giving us what we want. They couldn't care less. They could not care any less. So, but yeah, and side note, I gotta recommend The Offer. Phenomenal show. Really good show. We have a couple of trailers that we want to show today. We want to talk about Green Lantern, Share My Power, yeah, and Black Adam, the new comic. So we can jump into those.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we also had to talk about the what's it called? Teen? What is it? Earth 11 one?
11. Yeah.
Teen. What is it? Yeah, Teen Justice, Miss Sata. Which you should be an expert on. Which you should be an expert on.
I should be. We'll see.
But no, you're right about Hollywood, Reno. Hollywood doesn't give a damn. It is about the bottom dollar. I mean, we get that. We get the bottom dollar thing. We really do. But how did they say it in the movie Field of Dreams? If you build it, they will come. I mean, if you make it good enough, they will come see it. They will watch it. They would appreciate it. They will spend their hard-earned dollar to see it.
Numerous times.
But you gotta numerous times.
So many,
but you gotta give us something. But just think about,
so many great movies and shows that are actually very good quality. People would have fucking loved them, that we will never see, that we'll never even know about, because they didn't match up with that bottom line. That studio didn't get what they wanted, and we might have lost. One of the we could have lost. Almost didn't have The Godfather.
Yeah, but think about how all the stuff that we did get that's really, really, really good is the stuff that people put out. They had a passion for and put out themselves. Right. Like fought tooth and nail to get out. Like Star Wars. George Lucas, he did that. That was him. Godfather, they did that. They're like, no, we're gonna make this movie. I mean, movies like that. Right. Yeah, they go over it, but they don't care. But those are the movies that wind up being the best
classics
movies. Yeah. Classics. Right. Look at the Batman. Look how long it took the Batman to make. We're determined to make it. They're like, look, we're gonna make this movie. They made it. It was great. Yeah. So, like I always say, Hollywood isn't that smart. Until they do get smarter, this is what we're gonna always have to put up with. Shows getting canceled because of studio space and leases. Really good shows getting canceled because of toy lines. Because the toy line didn't sell. You made a deal to sell toys with this show. But had you made better toys, like they made a good show. And normally it's the exact in reverse. The show's usually not that great, but the toy line's usually the bomb.
Right,
So,
and then you have your rare cases of like your GI Joe and Transformers, where the toys bomb, the shows bomb, the movies the bomb. I don't mean bomb as in fail. I mean the bomb, like
Mm-hmm.
dope. I mean, and yeah, those were successful toy show combos that we would have never gotten those shows if it wasn't for those toys, if it wasn't for those businessmen trying to make a buck off a plastic, figurine.
now I know He-Man. When I watched the toys that made us, they said with the
Mhm.
He-Man toy line, they didn't even have a show. They had nothing. They
Right.
went in there and BS their way through the whole deal. And they said when they got them to say yes, they were like, "All right, cool, we'll take it." But is there a cartoon or a comic book? And they were like, "Yeah, yeah." There's like every figure comes with a comic, and yes, we have a show in the works. And so they were like, "Cool." And when they walked out of that deal, they had none of that.
Yeah.
They had no cartoon deal. They had no, yeah, they bullshit. They BS their way into a deal, and that's how we got the He-Man cartoon and the comic. Well, it was these little comics that came with the figures, but that's how we got it. And then I think it was Mattel or Marvel picked up. It might even been DC, but I know one of the big comic companies did pick up
Hasbro.
He-Man eventually.
Oh yeah.
But it's the same thing. I mean, back then in the 80s and 90s, they wanted a toy line and they wanted a cartoon to go with it to sell the
Yeah.
toys.
Yeah.
So
it all
nowadays they don't give a damn.
Yeah, but they want that. They want a comic book, or a toy line or something. And like with so we got this Earth 11 Teen Justice. It says following their debut in DC's Very Merry Multiverse and the marquee appearance in DC Pride 2022 on June 7th, Teen Justice crosses the DC multiverse and stars in their own miniseries. The secrets of Earth 11's newest heroes and villains unfold in DC's most exciting new team title, Multiversity Teen Justice, by Ivan Cohen, Danny Lore, and the gang. And the incredible debut issue publishing on June 7th begins with an attack by the Hive and ends in a church of blood. What is Sister Blood's true mission among the lost souls of New York City? Can Teen Justice get through their growing pains fast enough to learn the answer in time to stop it? And what role will the mysterious Raven, the brooding hero who has refused to join the team in the past, play in the ultimate battle? And we wanted to point out, and I want to show a picture of this to really drive it home. But it seems like the
one I sent you, has the cards at the bottom. You see the cards if you scroll down? There's cards that give a bio on every hero.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I think I sent it to you too, Sada. I think I sent you the same one as well.
Well, it's on my phone though, but I'm gonna grab this. All right, I'm gonna grab a pic here.
Why he's doing that, I'll explain to you guys. Earth 11 is actually the opposite of Earth 1 or 0 or Earth Prime, where everything is in reverse, superhero wise. So every male superhero on Earth Prime or 0 is a female on Earth 11, and every female hero on Earth Prime or 0 is a male on Earth 11. So when they say the brooding Raven, since Raven is a female on Earth Prime, Raven is male on Earth 11. And DC's just, like we always talk about, cashing in on the cash cow, I guess, right now of diversity, multiversity. So you have female Flash, that's Raven on the end.
No, the Flash is a male, isn't he?
No, Flash is a female. Every male is a female. Every female is a male. Yeah. Or in some cases,
his name is Kid Quick. Her name is Kid Quick.
Right. Some cases, if you look at the bios of the cards, it will say them or they, meaning that they might be transgender.
She's non-binary.
They might be non-binary or transgender or whatever they want to call it. Right, and that's what they're pushing. Superwoman, Supergirl's a girl. The one on the end should be Wonder Girl, which would be Wonder Man, I guess. That would be Wonder Woman's, counterpart.
Oh, the Raven is a boy. So yeah, they flip.
Raven's a boy. He's on
They
the
flip
left hand side. He was on the right. My right, your left. That's why they said the brooding Raven.
Yeah, Raven's all the way to the right, like all the way
With
on
the
the
hoodie.
end here with
The
the hoodie.
short sleeve hoodie. Yeah, the short
you
sleeve
would think
hoodie.
you would think it's Clarion, the witch girl, but no, it's
No, it's not. And Clarion is and you got to remember, Clarion is a man. On Earth Prime,
right?
Or Clarion, not Clarion.
Right.
Clarion,
here,
man.
Clarion.
Right, Clarion on this, right?
Yeah.
So and then instead of Aquaman, you got Aquawoman. So there's Aquawoman, there's Flash, there's female Robin, there's female Superman, female Clarion, or Clarion, and at least there is the Wonder Woman. Wonder Man.
Yeah, and so let's see if I can. Oh, that's nice. They're gonna give me these for. That's good. And so what I wanted to also point out. Oh, of course, one's got to be a web image, but I wanted to point out sort of that it's just interesting. It's not interesting. I don't know. I find it boring that DC constantly does this. Every time they make a new team, it's like a carbon copy of the Justice League with different features, like there's always a Flash, there's always a Green Lantern type, there's always a Superman guy, there's always a Batman, you know what I mean? Like there's a Wonder Woman, there's always like a what do you call it for each member. And it's like, come on, like you know what I mean? Like that shit is boring. Like
it's so irritating. Like
really,
they do that shit with Marvel with the X-Men. They like to poke around with the X-Men for that, and it's like, just leave it alone. Like it's just,
right.
or come up with something new.
Come up with something new. Like make up some new shit.
Yeah,
that's why I love Black Bolt, because I feel like Black Bolt was a really what do you call it? Like creative character that they came up with. There was nothing else like it. It was just something really cool and different. I hate the Inhumans, but Black Bolt is one of my favorite characters. Really, he's one of my favorites. I can't stand the Inhumans, but I love Black Bolt. I don't know it because it's the Inhumans they suck, but Black Bolt is just a dope character. But I digress. We're talking DC. So here is like the trading card style biographies that they've given you of each of the characters. This is obviously the Robin, and that's she, her, and hers, Talia Kane, and the brilliant daughter of Batwoman, Ali Al Ghul.
Which will be
since
race is right. Since race was a man, and then Talia was a woman, Talia would be a boy, and Batman would be a woman. So they would have a female Robin instead of Damian. They would have Talia Kane.
Yeah. Yes, these are the cards, Mr. Wilson, and the
brilliant daughter of
Troy.
The brilliant daughter of Batwoman and Ali Al Ghul, which is the male, the son of one of Dark Knight's greatest foes, Talia Kane. So Talia instead of being Ra's al Ghul, is Ali Ghul, and Talia Kane is a Robin different from all the wards and wannabes who came before her.
I like how
Oh, well, go ahead, knock it out.
No, I already did. I like how I read it better.
Well, you read it good, but I can read it better. I'm not saying that you didn't read it good, but I just did it better. So when it comes out better, then you did it, and you did it good.
Well, let's do Troy.
Down Troy.
Yeah. He, him, and his team. Yeah, his first appearance was DC's Very Merry Multiverse #1, right? He was the mentee of Wonder Man. Troy's background is a mystery with super strength bracelets that confer a certain degree of invulnerability and a silver lasso that compels truth. Troy's role is sometimes that can we be
It's so
boring.
unoriginal. It's
It's
so unoriginal. Like,
Wonder Woman.
like it just makes me roll my eyes.
It's Earth 11. That's what Earth 11 is. It's the
No,
opposite.
this is
of Earth Prime.
lazy. This is lazy.
It's
Like,
Earth
if you
lazy.
could be any lazier, this is
But-
it right
but-
here.
Right. And but notice the little rainbow logo there, the
Yep.
DC,
Under, yes,
L-
DC,
LGBT, LGBTQ
Yeah.
logo. So this is definitely they're pushing that agenda, and for good or worse, whatever. But this is apparently originally a female, which you can see she's had her breasts removed, and who knows what else she's had implanted. But her name was Jess Chambers. And Jess Chambers inherited their family ability to channel the Speed Force by reciting the mathematical formula of 3 times 2 divided by blah blah blah, and concentrating on the abstract concepts it represents. In their late teens, Chambers finally took the spotlight in the first adventure of Teen Justice, saving Gotham City and the world from a New Year's Eve invasion by the mind-dominating alien Staria the Star Conqueress. Okay.
Instead of Star-Lord. I mean, Starro. It's Staria.
Staria.
The Conqueror.
And,
Man, look, this gets better. I don't know why y'all hate it. Because this is
What do
good
you
right now. I'm
mean?
excited. Like, I'm excited right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I
feeling
want to
good.
be excited, but it's like it's just so unoriginal. It's just
I don't know how. I mean, listen, this is the greatest idea I've heard DC come in a while.
Stop.
Bro. Like,
wow. Stop capping.
Stop the cap right now.
Cap.
Right
See
now.
that thing on your
stop the
head?
steal. Stop the steal right now.
Right now. Enough.
Capalicious. And we got Raven, right? His real name is unknown. It's he, him,
Of
and
course.
his. You know, the fact that they're putting the pronouns next to the name, it's just so bleh. It's not, I mean, obviously, guys, and this one's too blurry to read. This is a young
He's
here's
refused
Wild
multiple invitations to join Team Justice. Let's see. Raven's powers are as mysterious as the team himself. With little he I don't know what that one says.
What little is known.
Suggest a connection to the mystic energies and an ability to blank. No, yeah, the rest is
To see things others can't. Others cannot.
Okay, yeah.
Something romantic interest in their Justice member, in Teen Justice member Troy, has brought Raven into closer contact with the new team of, and I can't read that, but he remains steadfast in his something to join, and even determined to keep his reasons for not joining to himself. Just like, come on, bro. It's so carbon cookie cutter.
Whoa.
Excited.
Supergirl.
I'm really excited for all this. I think this is so dope, man. Like,
so you're gonna be right there? You're gonna be
listen,
reading
don't hate, participate. Don't hate, participate.
No,
participate in what? Like copies? Like what am I participating in?
I think
you mentioned this is a new spin on the Justice League. Okay, this is a new spin on things.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's just
it might be. It's something that we need. It's something that we needed.
We
didn't know we needed until we got it.
We got so many teams. Why do we need this particular one?
It's another teen team, and obviously, inspired by the Justice League, same powers, but they just made them trans or binary or what. It's just to give LGBTQ community, another W. Basically, it's like something else
Yeah, but they
for
could
you
have
guys.
been original with it. Like, if I were a member of that community, I would be a little pissed. Like, you giving me
Thank
carbon
you.
copies of these other
Right.
heroes, you can't even give me some original shit.
And guys,
I'd be pissed off.
no, that's a good point. And the people, for everybody watching, obviously we're not anti-LGBT in any way. What we're anti is just bad writing, lazy writing, and I think LGBT community members would be offended by this and stuff like it. And I think, Sada, you mentioned the X-Men thing. They did Children of the Atom, where they came out with a new team, and it was literally Cyclops and Storm and Beast, just with different names and slightly different costumes. And they were different characters supposedly, but they all had like the same powers. It was just like, why?
Yeah, like, what is even the point? Like
This is obviously Superman, but they already have a Supergirl, so it's not even creative. You've got and then combining the powers and abilities of her mother, Superwoman, with the dedication to learning the truth that makes her father, Lewis Lane, Lewis Lane, one of the world's most admired.
You can't get more creative.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you, man, this is good stuff.
All right. All right, here we go. We got Aquaman. I mean Aquagirl. Jackie Hyde, she, her, and hers, right? Teenage protege of Aqua Woman. Aquagirl has the weight of two worlds on her shoulders. Jaquie's natural leadership skills also give her a special place in teen justice, and with super strength, the power to live underwater, and the ability to discharge powerful bolts of electricity from her fingertips, Aquagirl is more than enough power to carve her own path, and she just has to decide where she wants the path to lead. Boring. All right, here we go. Clarianne. Right. Young escapee from the other dimensional witch world, Clarianne has tremendous mastery of dark magic, paired with deep curiosity about the world she now calls home. Clarianne has formed close friendship with the teammate Kid Quick, despite envying how easily the super swift hero has managed to fit into a society that has not been terribly welcoming to the pale blue witch girl from another dimension. I don't know, man. Like,
they can't say that in original. You can't say that.
Even the tagline underneath, the witch girl, that's not even original either, because Clarian's the witch boy. So
okay, because this is the opposite of Earth Prime.
Right.
That's the beauty of it. That's the whole. That's the whole gist of it. That's the whole, moment.
Mind blower. This is
That's the whole. Exactly. That's the whole. That's the whole thing. You look at it, you say, you know what? These are Earth Prime heroes they're just reversed. Well, wait a minute. Nobody said anything about Earth 2. Was it Earth 2? No, Earth 3. Ultraman is Superman. Owlman is Batman.
Yes, but
Superwoman is Wonder Woman.
That's true.
Power Ring is Green Lantern.
In their personalities and their origins, like they're unique. Like it's not unique.
Well, but they did that though. Like it was like, oh, that's cool because they did it. It was the first time. But then if they just keep doing it, now it's not creative anymore. Now it's like boring now because they did it already. When they first did it, people weren't like, oh, that's a ripoff, because it was obviously a ripoff. That was the point. But it was cool how they swapped the genders and it was like something. Okay, that's interesting. But you just did it again.
And this is even worse. Like, this is literally just, take off a letter or add an A to make it female. Like, this is worse. Way worse.
Like Clarion to Clarianne. Oh no. I mean, still,
I'm waiting for the defense. What's going on?
All right,
are you really like you're really excited about this?
Yeah, man. Listen, look at it like this.
Okay.
We need a fresh take on some stuff. Now we got DC vampires.
A fresh take.
we got DC vampires, and when they run out of ideas, they always throw vampires at us, right?
Oh, that's true.
Right now, we're in a state of flux with the Green Lantern Corps, the Justice League they're trying to kill off. So to go to Earth 11 and say, let's just go reverse and knock this out. I mean, come on, some fresh air. Right?
No way. And you know what's funny? This group will probably make it to the big screen before the Justice League does again. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it to the big screen, or like maybe like an animated film. I could see it right now. And they think he's gonna make them the big bucks, and it's like, all right.
No, you're I live action. No, I don't see it, but
yeah,
animated, yeah, for sure. I definitely see an animated movie coming out of this for sure. And so Stu, I think Stu's point, you know, the only thing that this does have that's unique and new and maybe needed is the LGBTQ aspect of it, and that's really what it's about. Like, even I don't know if you guys can see, there's like the cover of the first comic. That's not really showing up good. I'd like to pop it in there, but it's, you know, rainbows all over the place. You got the rainbow in the logo and pride, the word pride with the rainbow, and you got rainbows everywhere. It's just clearly like cramming LGBTQ down your throat. Pause. And it's just, again, no one has a problem with that. It's just, if I'm from that community, I want real creative, original, new stuff to represent us, not carbon copies or, you know, bad, bizarro, you know, swapped, you know, whatever. That's
bizarro worlds.
Well, you know why I said that? Because I don't know if it's the same in DC, but in The Simpsons, whenever they said bizarro world, they meant opposite. Everything's opposite.
Right.
Yeah. Is that DC? Everything's opposite in bizarro world?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of
Simpsons, but only when you refer to Superman.
Yeah.
Right.
I think
So,
for
like,
others, no. But Supes.
Yeah. And the only people that are there are deformed versions of Superman and Lois Lane. And sometimes Jimmy Olsen. And sometimes Jimmy Olsen.
Depends. Yeah, I would just be pissed. I mean, I would feel like I'm getting sloppy seconds, and it's like it always happens when they're trying to be inclusive with the LGBTQ community. They never think to actually be original. Like, you don't think people would actually want that? I just don't understand. Right. Like, why do you think they want sloppy seconds?
Right.
And you just like either you race bend or you change a character who's previously straight. You just change their sexuality out of nowhere. It's like, no, just create a unique character. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, no, we've said it 100 times on this show. Even like when we talk about the race swapping characters, like,
that's irritating.
Like as a black man, I meant as a, how can I say this? I would think that if I was a black man, I wouldn't want a black Superman per se. I would just want a new character. We have like an icon, or you know what I mean? Like, give us a new character that is wholly representative.
Or Reno, give us an original African American Kryptonian.
Yeah.
That somehow escaped as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
it's
just
a whole
fucked up
different character. Yeah,
which we have. They're just so stuck on Clark for whatever reason. I don't really understand that, but you know.
Well, he's, you know, Superman's been the bread and butter of DC Comics for years, man. He's got movies, he's got comics, he's got toys, yeah, he's got everything. He's got, you know, movie rights. And you name it, Soup's got it. And, you know, costumes during Halloween. You know, that Superman symbol.
Lunchboxes.
Superman symbol's making money. Yeah, Superman symbol's making money.
You're right. But I can't
Always
point
done.
out a lot of people who have been advocating for a black Clark Kent. Nobody wants that. People want a Man of Steel sequel, but you want to go
Right.
above and beyond to just not fulfill the request. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
It really doesn't. No, it really doesn't. Like, why go out of your way to make these characters and not go out and not listen? You know how many? There's got to be a million comic book creators or more that have dope characters that would be perfect. And like we had our boy on the other day with his character Stokey. Great character. Original, great black representation. Why doesn't DC or Marvel go to some of these indie guys that have created these new characters and use them, buy them, bring them on? Like, because clearly you guys can't keep thinking of new yourselves.
It's quicker to just gender swap it, make it another Earth, and then flip everything, and there you go.
Exactly
That's
right.
easiest for them.
Exactly right. Well, speaking of a race swapped character, that was extremely successful and liked and loved more than the original white version is the John Stewart Green Lantern. People love that. He's a more loved Green Lantern than the Hal Jordans or the others, and so that was a successful example of a race swap that wasn't really a race swap. Like Stu said, it's like having a new Kryptonian that happens to be black. Like, this is a new character that happens to be the Green Lantern that happens to be black. And this is true to Slade because they don't want to pay, but that's not exactly true because they're paying their own artists. They could pay this other artist, but the way they get around
maybe
paying,
to get the rights,
right?
Maybe get the rights.
Yeah. The way to get around paying is just follow Stan Lee not Stan Lee, Marvel, and what they do is we'll bring you on as a paid employee. We'll pay you a salary, but your character's ours. That's how Marvel's always done it. That's the Marvel bullpen. The artists in there, they create the writers, they create characters, and those characters belong to Marvel, not the writer, not the creator. The creator gets a paycheck. That's it. And it's how the Marvel's been doing it for decades, man. But this new John Stewart, speaking of John Stewart Green Lantern, there's a new movie called Beware My Power that looks phenomenal. Let's watch this trailer. You guys ready? You want to watch this trailer?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, y'all. We got a bunch of people in the chat. Guys, thanks for coming and checking and watching this. We're going to show this trailer real quick, and then we're going to talk about it. Check it out. Any minute now.
Hey. Intruder!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I have pointy ones too.
Look.
Who are you? How did you get a ring?
My name is John Stewart, and if I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Dope.
At last, I found you. John Stewart of Earth.
What?
You possess singular wisdom. Welcome to the Green Lantern Corps.
After years of bloody war, the Owen security net was disabled. Hal Jordan and millions of Thanagarians died that day. They will pay.
Well, she's fun.
Sinestro thrives on chaos and death.
Get ready for a fight.
I've been up against that kind of barrier my whole life. It hasn't stopped me yet.
Coordinates set.
Let's go?
That looks
amazing. That looks so good. Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah, that really looks Stu, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm excited. Not
Yeah.
as excited as the team verse, but I'm
Really?
excited. No,
You're,
I'm just
you're
kidding.
he's
No, I'm
capping.
just kidding.
You are capping.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nah,
You're
I've always
trolling.
liked the John Stewart.
Yeah.
When I first read the series where John Stewart became a Green Lantern, me and my friends we thought it was the dopest thing ever. And not because he
Yeah.
was African American, but just the way it was written. It was like he was when
Kind of
you
because
think
he was
about how
African
Jordan
American. So
a
that
little
had
bit. Well,
to
that makes it that pushes him over the top, of course.
right.
But yeah, sort of like Shad for the ring. But it was for us. It was like for years all we saw was Hal Jordan, and then we
Right.
got Guy Gardner, and then we got Kyle Rayner. So then you got to ask yourself, okay, the ring only picks white people.
Right.
So like of all the people on earth, it just keeps picking white people. But
Right.
then you got John Stewart, who had no issues. He was just as heroic as Hal Jordan. He was just as stand up as Hal Jordan. His morals were there, his values were there. Um, but he was an ex-marine. He was an ex-marine
Yeah.
that got a hold of a ring, and his willpower was a lot stronger than Hal Jordan's in certain aspects. Whereas he wasn't like Guy Gardner, who was who just was always a rebel. He was always off a little bit. And for a little bit, he became a Yellow Lantern. It wasn't like Kyle Rayner, who was just more happy-go-lucky, who had a very vivid imagination, which means he can make some really extreme constructs.
Right.
But then you had Jessica Cruz, who has mental issues. Out of all the Lanterns that came after Hal Jordan that came from Earth, John Stewart is the most stable one. He's the one that he's a hero. He's my hero. Like he's the one that you could look at and be like, yo, he's John Stewart is that dude.
Yeah.
Like
It's
he's
like
the
Obama.
man.
It's like Obama. He was
Pretty much, yeah.
definitely
But I'm
held
excited
it.
that they're telling his story. They're telling his story on the big screen. It needs
Yeah,
to
this
happen.
has been a long time
Yeah.
coming. Like, come
Yeah.
on. I'm glad
Yeah.
we're getting
Big.
it though.
Definitely. It's called Beware My Power. And just so you guys know, recently discharged Marine sniper John Stewart is at a crossroads in his life, one which is only complicated by receiving an extraterrestrial ring, which grants him the powers of the Green Lantern of Earth. Unfortunately, the ring doesn't come with instructions, but it does come with baggage, like a horde of interplanetary killers bent on eliminating every Green Lantern in the universe. Now, with the aid of the light-hearted Green Arrow, Adam Strange, and Hawkgirl, this reluctant soldier must journey into the heart of a galactic Ron/Thanagar war and somehow succeed where all other Green Lanterns have failed. The film's supervising producer is Butch Lukic, and Green Lantern Beware My Power is available on 4K, Blu-ray, and digital starting July 26th.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man,
they're gonna
that
be in the
sounds
middle of a
like super fun.
Ron. They're gonna be in the middle of a rant. Yeah, because if Adam Strange is in it, it's going Ron's got to be in it. You got Ran, and Thanagar.
Yeah.
Thanagarians are like a warlike bird race.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like Hawkman.
Yeah. Well,
Which
they are. Yeah,
is
they are
also
Thanagar.
like
Yeah, they're Thanagar.
the Shi'ar. Is it the Shi'ar? Or is it the
In
Shi'ar
Marvel?
in Marvel? Yeah, they're bird people. They're like bird-like people. So you see the parallels between the two. And someone commented, looks interesting. About time we got a lead Green Lantern in these movies that isn't Hal Jordan. I
Yeah,
do hope.
those two movies actually. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I do hope WBA considers another season of Green Lantern the animated series to conclude the story. Yeah. Of all the Green Lantern stories they can adapt, and this is what they go with, I am so disappointed. Stewart is the least interesting Lantern. I don't think I've ever heard that. HBO needs to just make a Green Lantern animated series and base it on John's run. John, include the Sinestro Corps War, Blackest Night, etc., etc. I don't really understand why we don't get a series based on comic runs. That I agree with 100%. Comic books animated is the way they should have been doing this from the jump. It's the best way to go. That's why the comics are popular. That's why the characters are popular, rather, because the comics were so well written. Why fuck with it? Why break something or why fix something that isn't broken?
It's true.
Now, I don't know why he said Stewart is the least interesting Lantern, but I think I would agree that this might be not really the most interesting John Stewart story that they could have done. But you know, and I don't read enough DC to know, is Blackest Night a John Stewart era thing or Sinestro Corps War? Is that John Stewart?
Yeah. He had a little bout with the Sinestro Corpse. Then you got Blackest Night, because by that time, Hal Jordan is not the star of the Green. When Blackest Night comes out, Hal Jordan is not the star of the Green Lantern comics. They're following John Stewart. So everything that takes place is from the John Stewart perspective. Like now, comics are still following John Stewart, not Hal Jordan. So they don't even mention Hal Jordan in the comics too much anymore, as far as unless you get something Justice League. Unless you get something Justice League. He was in DC versus Vampires, but that's it.
Yeah.
You know.
And this guy said, looks pretty solid. Weird that Superman and Flash aren't on the team, though, especially after they're talking Justice Society. Guess it's a different universe. Maybe this Justice League just happened to be together or started forming per Flash and Soup's request, and they're busy. I don't know. Just hope this goes into a new animated universe they're going to create. At least one solid DC cinematic universe could exist. You know, I thought one of the coolest things about this is that Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman weren't in it. Like, let's do something. Like it was fun. Yeah, like we don't need to have the big three every time they do something.
Yeah,
right.
And it looks like it has the same art style as Superman, Man of Tomorrow, that film that came out maybe about a year ago. So I don't know if it's in the same universe because the Martian Manhunter, he was in that movie as well. So I don't know if it's a continuation.
It should be Bruce Timm. It should be Bruce Timm and his crew that's doing it. The animation looks like what they're reminiscent of any of their movies. Yeah. But if they're behind it, it's going to be good.
From the Superman film, Man of Tomorrow, the art style. So I'm not sure. And that was a newly formed Superman from that film. He had just assimilated with Earth and everything, and Martian Manhunter was in that movie. So I don't know if it's a continuation. That could explain why Superman is not there. Either way, it's fine because it doesn't look like they're going to play a big role anyways. So,
yeah. And I don't know. It doesn't seem to be Bruce Timm. It seems to be Butch Lukic, and writer Dennis O'Neil, or based on an update of DC Comics character by writer Dennis O'Neil. Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking. I don't see Bruce Timm up here, which is disappointing because he really kills it.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, but wow, Neil Adams. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Warner Brothers latest animated feature is titled Green Lantern: Beware My Power, based on an update of the DC Comics character by writer Dennis O'Neil and illustrator Neil Adams from 1972. Available July 26, 2022. 4K and digital.
Maybe a tribute.
Yeah.
I'll be here to get it. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. And this guy said, I'm glad they're finally making another animated Green Lantern movie, but why John? He's a great leader, but arguably the most boring of the now 7 Human Lanterns. Gosh, that's too many. And it seems like they're giving him Kyle Rayner's origin. He's the last Green Lantern with a ring that was given to him by a guardian and is on his own to figure out how to use it. Kyle Rayner. And then the guy answered, he said, in Young Justice, someone asked why there are so many Human Lanterns while most other races have 2 lanterns at most. The explanation is that the type of problems humans cause for each other result in other humans developing disproportionately high levels of willpower compared to other species.
I can buy it.
Yeah,
I could do that.
But when Hal Jordan became a Green Lantern, that was the first time any of them had ever seen a human. Right. but they also said that the race was too young
Right.
to be considered to be in the corpse.
And this origin looks just like the Hal Jordan origin we saw in the Ryan Reynolds movie. It's like the same origin. The alien crash lands, and here's gives them the ring. It's identical to the movie. Now I don't know the origin in the comics for Hal Jordan, but did they
It's
borrow
just the
Kyle
same.
Rayner?
No, Hal Jordan was testing. He was in a test. He was flying a. He was in a simulator, in a flight simulator. Abin Sur, his ship crash landed. He was on a mission. He got smacked up. He crash lands on Earth. He's dying. The ring seeks out a new wielder, and it finds Hal Jordan. Brings him back to Abin Sur. Abin Sur tells him, about the ring, and then he dies.
That's what happened in the movie, in the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Yeah.
Is that what happens in the comics too?
Yeah, that's what happens in the comics too. Yeah. But instead of him being in a flight simulator, I think in the movie he was just like chilling on the couch or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
He might have been at a party or something.
Yeah.
They did it in the animated film First Flight. They did that. He was in the flight simulator, and then he was picked up and brought to Abin Sur, and then he got the ring.
Abin Sur, who crash landed his ship, right? And he's dying.
Yeah, ship.
Well, that's the same thing. Isn't that the same thing we just saw in the trailer?
Well, people crash land on Earth a lot, man. Especially in Roswell, Roswell, New Mexico, man. They just
the popular pastime, in the DC universe.
Yeah, people just crash land, bro.
Okay. I knew it was something like that.
Plus the ring picks out the person, the most worthy person in close proximity. So if it's on a desolate planet,
that I get, but why?
Because there's even a cat that became There's even a cat that became a lantern. He's a red lantern, but he became a lantern. So,
is that the one from the Super Pets?
No, this is canon. This is in the comics.
Oh, okay. He's one. Okay, and he's a human. He's a human cat. He's an Earth cat.
Yeah, he's an Earth cat. Cool. Look, man, this is original stuff here. Y'all asked for original stuff. DC gives it to you.
I'm not disappointed.
Not at all. I like this one. This is good.
DC gives it to you, and you guys, this is how you treat it. I mean, come on. Dexter usually hangs out with what's his name? Atrocitus. He usually hangs with Atrocitus.
Yeah.
He is.
That's where I remember him from.
He's a Red Lantern.
Yeah. He's in the Injustice video game.
He was in the game. Yeah, he's a cat. I mean, he's a house cat. He became filled with rage. His owner was murdered. He became filled with rage. The ring found him, and the rest is history.
Right.
See?
I mean, listen. The Green Lantern Corps got a squirrel. I mean, so cool.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, come on, man. They got a squirrel. So come on, you got to give some leeway. You got to give some leeway for Dexter, man. You can't just.
Green Lanterns, there's so much leeway is taken, and I'm not mad at it because we get a lot of animals that end up being lanterns or red lanterns or any lantern.
Right. Yeah, and it seems that Amber Heard's legal battle with Johnny Depp is resulting in even more signatures for this petition for her to be removed from Aquaman. It's like, what the? Who cares, dude? Like, gotta take her out of the movie because she took a crap in Johnny Depp's bed. Fuck off. Who cares? Saw a funny meme.
Well, maybe he deserved it.
Well, I mean, I saw a funny meme, and it was Amber. She said, "I gotta take a dump," and then Johnny Depp was like, "In the toilet, right?" She was like, "It was funny." But unless you've been living under a rock, you probably heard that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have been, facing off in court. Have been, and since the proceedings in the courtroom are available on TV. Plenty of folks have been weighing in on the situation, and as a result of the trial, the petition for Amber Heard to be removed from Aquaman, part 2, is about to pass another massive number. The online petition to see Amber Heard removed from the Aquaman franchise seemingly came as a direct result of Johnny Depp losing his Fantastic Beasts gig as Grindelwald. So it kind of like that's where I guess the logic comes in, because I was just like, why does her being removed from the movie, like,
yeah, because his entire career was dismantled off of that accusation before there was even like any proof, a trial.
Right.
That accusation, WB cut him out, but you won't cut out Amber.
Right.
They're on trial.
Right.
All right.
And, well, look, if they keeping Ezra on, come on.
But then it's like, with that logic, why didn't you keep what's his name, Depp? Why didn't you keep him?
Exactly. Yeah, why'd they? Well, and it's like you said it perfectly. Why'd they cancel him with no proof, no evidence, just an accusation? I mean, and that really shows how absurd and basically wrong cancel culture is. You can't just cancel people because of accusations. It's absurd. What if he didn't do it? You know what I mean? There's a fucking, and then now the court, the trial goes, and he didn't do it. So give him his part back. Like, what do you do? Like, I would now sue. If I was Johnny Depp, I would now sue them for, ruining my career or knocking me off that whatever I was going to make off that movie. You owe me that now, because there was no reason for you to ask me to step down, but he lost
money
case.
From those new Beast movie, because he wasn't in it and people were not playing, and like they were not supporting that. It's like, oof. Wow. Like, oh.
So what's the story? Like, what is the whole story? She took a dump in his bed.
I think it's a little more than that. So like,
she choked the bone out of her after that?
No, she accused him of abusing her, like beating her, whatever, choking her. I don't know, whatever. And apparently, and then he went to court and they had the whole trial.
Tape. Amber was on tape being abusive to Johnny Depp, but I don't really know why that wasn't enough. But yeah, so now they're in court, and it's just been going on for years. But now they're in court, so, and she's being exposed and embarrassed. So
she took a revenge dump in his bed because she.
I guess at some point during the whole ordeal, I guess
took a dump. I don't know if it was a revenge dump, but it was some sort of a dump. It was definitely a dump. Someone texted him a picture. They were like, "You need to come to your house or whatever and see this." And he's like, "No, I don't want to come. What's there? I don't need to come see nothing." He's like, and they text him a picture of whatever was a clearly human fecal present gift on his mattress.
You ain't dumping on my mattress. I'm sorry, I mean, like, if female dump on my mattress, it's just gonna be she gonna have a bad day. Yeah, you don't dump on the mattress. I'm sorry. I paid money for my mattress. Good money. Good money.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just hideous, bro. Like, she'll never get another boyfriend. Imagine. Who would date this chick now?
Yeah.
Nobody in their right minds. Everybody's gonna be like, look, you get mad and dump on the mattress. Right. I can't have that. I got a silly Posturepedic.
Right. I got a, you know what I'm saying? I got a Savoie over here. We're not playing $3,000 mattress. But yeah, it's there's gonna be plenty of dudes out there that will line up to date her too.
That's true.
That's the weird thing. Yeah,
that's true.
You can guarantee it. But some of the shocking moments from the trial, man. Like, Amber Heard testified for 2 days. And what this week, and in the trial for Johnny Depp's libel suit against her. And Heard's testimony comes after several other witnesses took the stand, including Depp, who gave 4 days of testimony last month. And then Depp is suing her for libel, allegedly that she falsely portrayed him as a domestic abuser and harmed his lucrative acting career. The claim centers around a 2018 open-ended Heard wrote in the Washington Post, in which she made references to suffering abuse, but did not name Johnny Depp, but people knew who she was with. And while on the stand, she alleged that Depp hit and abused her many times, and her testimony often turning graphic. And she also spoke about how they initially met and how their relationship unfolded. And these are some of the shocking moments right here. Heard detailed the first time she met Depp, saying it was unusual and remarkable. Heard said that she had auditioned for a movie Depp was producing, and when she went to his office, she assumed it would be to audition for him. But it turned out to be a long meeting where they bonded over books, music, and poetry. She said it was strange because while she wasn't a fan of Depp, she knew who he was.
What?
Like, since he's one of the most famous actors in the world, of course she would have denied knowing who he was if she could, but it's Johnny Depp. So and she said so it was already a weird thing to go and get called in his office. I'm a no-name actor, she said. I was 22. I think I thought it was unusual. It was weird because he was twice my age and a world famous actor, and here we are getting along about obscure books and old blues. I thought it was remarkable. I thought it was unusual and remarkable. I left there feeling like, wow. A photo was shown of a bruise on her arm that she claimed was caused by Depp during a past physical altercation. She said, we got into a shouting match and he kind of did this thing with his body where I could tell he was going to hit me again. A photo of the bruise her arm showed up in court, and she explained the incident that allegedly caused it, claiming Depp slapped her, and when she walked away, that made things worse. She said that she picked up a vase and threw it in his direction. She said, and I actually managed to get away before he got me. He grabbed me by the arm and he kind of held me on the floor, screaming at me. I don't remember how many times he hit me in the face, but I remember being on the floor of my apartment, and I remember thinking, how could this happen to me again? She said.
From him or somebody else?
From him.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Depp was the love of her life. But she also said this was her other thing that was awful. He was this other thing that was awful. She alleged Depp would pass out in his own vomit, lose control of his body, and have other people, including her, clean up after him. She said, I mean, this man lost control of his bowels, and I cleaned up after him. His security cleaned up after him, changed his pants in front of me. He would pass out in his own sick, she said.
But you the one shitting on the bed, so what?
Yeah, I mean, like,
like what?
At least he was drunk and did it, had no control. He was just like passed out.
Right, like you sane and you did that.
And like she added that Depp would get clean and sober and then would go back to making her feel loved again. Heard contemplated leaving Depp but couldn't. She said, and he expressed to me so many times when he was in that period of getting clean and sober, he would tell me, you saved my life, baby girl, you saved my life, she said.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm having a hard time believing that anything like this even went down because
she makes this I really don't believe her.
Right. And then like, wow, all of a sudden, like, if this has been going on for a while, all right, you've been used for a while, obviously. And now all of a sudden he's the bad guy. You take a dump on his bed and you get no repercussions. There's nothing that happens to you. I dumped on his bed because he beat me, or he mentally abused me, or he just domestically abused me. I don't get it.
That's not what you do when someone abuses you. You don't shit on their bed. You leave, or you call the cops, or whatever it is. You don't take a dump on their bed. And I don't know exactly when the dump occurred or what the dump was for. What sort of dump it was. If it was a revenge dump, if it was, what sort of dump that it was. But it was just a dump on a bed, and that's just foul. But she did say that On the stand, looking visibly disgusted, she recounted a time that Depp allegedly ripped off her clothes and conducted a cavity search of her body. She claims he was looking for his cocaine. She said, I was wondering how I, somebody who didn't do cocaine and was against it, that was in and of itself causing problems in our relationship, how could I hide? Why would I hide his drugs from him? She said,
Okay.
So
like
he
he was
won't
in,
You
get
in
to him?
Hollywood, but you're not
yeah,
in
Right.
Japan. I don't believe
Right,
that for a
right,
second.
right.
you
Ain't
know,
no
Yeah,
way
I'm
she
with you.
never.
I'm with you on that one, Side. Side, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
She did some cocaine. That's what made her take a dump on the bed. When you do cocaine, it makes you want to dump. You know, you'd be like, you know what? I
yeah.
want to take a dump right now, but I don't want
Mhm,
to use the toilet. Let me go in the
mhm.
bedroom and get this silly. Let me take a dump on the silly Posturepedic. That's
She
that's
said,
that's just how it is.
she said, like he was insinuating that I was doing it or something. It made no sense. And he was telling me we're going to conduct a cavity search. Like he just shoved his fingers inside of me. I just stood there staring at this light. I just stood there while he did that. And then she detailed how they fell in love. It was this, big story, and then she said her sister got involved in a physical altercation with him.
What?
Yeah, she said her back was to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her. Um,
Huh.
she said, and I just see my little sister with her back to the staircase, and Johnny swings at her, and I don't even wait. I don't even wait for any other help. I don't hesitate. I don't wait. I just, in my head, instantly think of Kate Moss and the stairs, and I just swung in him. Heard was apparently referencing a claim that Depp had pushed Moss, who he had once dated, down the stairs.
Huh.
And in all of my relationship to date with Johnny, I hadn't landed a blow, and for the first time, I hit him, like actually hit him square in the face.
Mm.
And did the sister file
Mm.
a report? And if she didn't file a report, is she going to testify to this? Like,
Yeah, this is just hearsay. This is just her
like,
claims. Um, and then, of course, multiple instances of alleged abuse were brought up. She described several instances where she alleged Depp physically abused her. Some of her testimony turning extremely graphic. And in one instance, she alleged he punched her in the back of the head over and over, screaming, "I fucking hate you," over and over again. Heard claims she walked to the closet, but Depp grabbed her again and continued to hit her head and wrestle her to the ground. She said, I mean, it felt to me I didn't even have a fair shot because I wasn't even really facing him or looking at him, and I was walking away from him, or else I would have, at this point, I would have tried to defend myself more, but I didn't.
See, this is how you know she's not smart. Like, why would you even say like that he
Right.
pummeled you in the back of your head? That should cause some type of deficit. And then
Concussion.
even then, you're opening the door for his lawyer to argue, like, are you really okay up there? Because he, if that really happened, like,
Right.
she's not smart.
Yeah, because that would have been
all for
some
attention.
damaging shit. Yeah.
Right.
What did Corey Adger salute? Corey Adger in the house was good, brother. He said, but if that's the case, why did she deal and put up with it for so long? I don't understand that. This is the question. Same here, Corey Adger. Cypress Hill versus Onyx tonight. Who y'all got?
Onyx. All the way, baby.
All day. Onyx. I don't know my homie. They doing it in LA at the Forum. Cypher's got the crowd. This is true. They're doing it in LA.
True, yeah.
That's definitely Cypress Hill's home. So
that's
will they win the crowd? Maybe Cypress Hill. In my opinion, Onyx all day. I don't care who wins the crowd at that show. Like, that's just me. I'm personally not a Cypress Hill
I would
fan.
have to say Onyx. I had to say Onyx got more hits. I mean, that first album alone was like was just full of singles and hits, man. It just came out like.
But they didn't have near as many albums as Cypress Hill.
No, not as many.
They only had like two. Onyx only had like maybe 2 or 3 albums that I know of. Like
Four,
Back the Fuck Up.
4 or 5.
Yeah.
No, you got Back the Fuck
lot.
Up, Back the Fuck Up 2. All We Got Is Us.
You've got Oh, those are discography. So there's Onyx for Life, there's Black Rock, there's Turn the Fuck Up, Wake the Fuck Up. But that's the thing. I mean, all these
They
albums,
got 9. They should have like 9 albums.
yeah,
When I think
they
about
got
it,
1, 2, 3,
because
4,
Onyx
5, 6,
Onyx for Life
7,
should be the last one.
10.
It should be the last one they released.
Yeah, the first one's Back the Fuck Up. The second one's All We Got Is Us. Then they got Shut 'Em Down. Then
Shut 'em
Back
down.
the
I
Fuck
got
Up
that.
Part 2. Then
I got that.
Trigonometry. Wake the
I
Fuck
got
Up.
that.
Turn the Fuck Up. Black Rock. Onyx for Life. And Versus Everybody. But I don't know. I just they're just more my speed. Cypress Hill, I just never really was a big fan of Cypress Hill.
Whoa, Cypress got some dope. Cypress, I think
do.
I'm not sure
They do.
either, but I think I own every album they ever made. I
Oh,
think.
snap.
You're a big Cypress fan. They have a lot of albums.
Shoot.
They have
They got 9 albums as well. Cypress Hill.
Oh my god.
The last one I bought was Elephants on Acid. That's the last one I have.
They have Cypress Hill in 91, then Black Sunday, then Cypress Hill 3, Temples of Boom, Skull and Bone, Rise Up, Stone Raiders, Till Death Do Us Part, Elephants on Acid, Cypress X Rusco, Unreleased and Revamped, Greatest Hits from the Bong, Stash, Strictly Hip Hop, The Best of Cypress Hill, Live at the Fillmore, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, they got 9 albums too. They got about 9 albums.
Oh,
but if you want to say, because
Los Grande Éxito, you got the Essential Cypress Hill. Yeah, there's a bunch of like best of type albums and stuff too.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I can't name like a steady
Sound Champion, Insane in the Brain, Locos. They got Crazy, Muggs is Dead, Dr. Green Thumb, Rock on That Park, Original Classics. It shit just goes on and on and on. Like there is just
Cypress, yeah. They did a rock album. That Skull and Bones album, that's a rock album. That's a straight rock album.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Like I see them as more of a like a white rapper group.
But they came out, they weren't. They never were. They're just from the West Coast, man. They did their own thing. Like they got.
I mean, they had one black guy, but he didn't say a lot. Sendog.
Yeah, Sendog raps on the albums all the time, bro.
Does he? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He was like,
because at first they didn't want. All right, Be Real. They didn't want Be Real in the group. They wanted him in the group, but he wasn't supposed to rap because they would like his voice. They were like, "Yo, you
sound like you got baby nuts."
Right, but they let him do it, and people liked it. They thought it was dope. They thought his voice, they got with his voice. Yeah, throw your guns in the air.
Oh my!
I'm
not very unfamiliar, so I don't know if I really have like a constructive input.
Yeah, Sada's our young sister. She's not really.
I'm very young
from that era.
I know some things, but
that's no excuse. Because who was the young girl we had the other day? She was
Alexis.
She was very Alexis. Yeah, she was very hip hop oriented.
Your dad is Grap Lover. Your brother's Pete Rock. You're supposed to be '90s hip hop.
Like your dad might have met. Your dad probably.
Oh no! I know of Cypress Hill and Onyx. Have I listened to them? That's where.
Right.
Never and you just need to go one day and just experiment. Just listen to some of it.
I do.
Just listen. Just try. Just break it down one day. Just say, you know what?
I wouldn't even know where to start though.
Well, no, that's
just dive in.
We'll tell you where to start.
Okay.
And actually, ask Pete Rock. Go call Pete Rock, and when you do talk to him, tell him to come on our show.
Oh yeah, I doubt computer would be so inclined to answer. But I can ask my dad.
But I mean,
what you can do, Side, if you want to start, you can start in Mount Vernon and work your way out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, but if I start at Mount Vernon, I might be there for a while because my dad is going to be insistent. So we'll see.
All right, we'll start in the South Bronx. Start in the South Bronx, and then you work your way out.
Okay.
So now you got
Well, here's something
Fat
you might know,
Joe,
Sada.
Kendrick Swan.
Here's something you might know. Kendrick Lamar just released his latest Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
Well, I haven't
The
listened to
one
it yet.
song I heard was like, wow, that shit is
I mean,
dope.
I heard a snippet and it sounded great. I just haven't listened
Mhm.
to the whole thing yet. So, from what I heard,
Well,
though, it sounded
Reno, I sent you some dope music the other day by my main man who remixed the Grey album, Danger Mouse, and Black Thought.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, that was phenomenally dope hip hop. That's the type of hip hop we need in our lives.
Cook said Cypress Hill are all Cuban born. There are no white dudes or black in that group. I think yeah, Muggs is white.
It's 3 white boys and 1 Cuban. That's
Yeah. Be Real is Cuban.
2 white boys. 2 white boys and 1 Cuban.
Sendog is black, and I know Muggs is definitely white. But yeah,
Spanish. I think
yeah.
Muggs is Spanish. Muggs might be Spanish. I don't know.
White. Well,
is he?
Yeah, Muggs
I don't know. I don't know if Muggs is white. I know Muggs is from Queens. Muggs is originally from Queens, New York. Literally.
Well, let me see. He's Lawrence Mugarud, professionally
Lawrence
known by his name, Mugarud, an American DJ, audio engineer, member of the New York. Let's see. Does it say? I'm just not going to say his race anywhere, I guess, unless I check him on Wiki. It says origin, born, labels, Colombia. He's born in LA. He's born right here in America.
He was born in Queens, New York.
Says that he's born in LA, but oh no, it doesn't. It does. You're right. It says born in
No, he's from Queens. Yeah, I know he's from Queens. I know that.
I don't know why it says his origin is in Los Angeles, but yeah, he's definitely born
His
in
music origin. Yeah, his music origin is in LA. But he comes back to New York about once every so often, and he works with all the underground artists.
It says he was adopted into a Norwegian family, but doesn't really say what his biological parents were. But his adopted parents were Norwegian. Yeah. And then you've got Sendog. Sendog is career Sendog is born known by his name. Now he was Sendog is Cuban. Let me see. He's a black Cuban. Let me see if it says where he's born.
Because I know Ice Cube. Well, Ice Cube was dissing him that time. Ice Cube was like 2 white boys and 1 fucking Cuban.
Yeah. Yeah, November 22nd, 1965, Pinar del Rio, Cuba. He was born. So he's Cuban. And Sendog is white, and Be Real is Muggs is white, and Be Real is born in Los Angeles. But he's Cuban and Mexican. Because I know Be Real is half Mexican. And half Cuban. Let me see. Luis Mario Freeze, known by his stage name Be Real, one of the lead rappers, Cypress Hill, born in Los Angeles to a Mexican father and Cuban mother. Moved in with his sister, mother out of father's home. Yeah. So he's Mexican and Cuban. Sendog is Cuban and Be Real is white. I thought it was just them 3. There's a fourth guy?
No, it's just them 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just them 3. When Cypress Hill came out, I was like, I was blown away by them because we never heard nothing like that before. The way they came out, like they hit the scene like boom, and it was like their music. That first.
Okay, so he's Italian. He said the Cypress Hill documentary on Showtime. If you watch the documentary, he's Italian, like me. So me and Muggs, we paisano. Muggs is my paisan. So, all right, cool. We got an Italian, a Cuban, and a Mexican Cuban.
That's the most diverse group in hip hop.
Super diverse. Cook said there are 6 members though. I don't know. I only know of those 3.
Yeah, those 3 are the 3 front members.
They're like the 3 front guys.
Yeah, those are the 3 front members. Yeah. But I'll take Onyx, no matter how you look at it. I'll take Onyx.
Okay, Mellow Man, Ace, Bobo, Be Real, Sendog, and Muggs. That's 5. According to this, there's
Mellow
5.
Man Ace had his own joint, his own album, his own everything. He came out before they did. He came out way before they did.
And I think Mellow Man Ace is Cuban too. He's definitely Cuban. Mellow Man Ace.
He might be down with Cypress Hill, but he ain't one of the core members. I can tell you that.
He is a member, but he's a member. But like you said, he's like a side member, but he's affiliated with Cypress Hill. It says Cypress Hill is his associated act, so he's not a technical member.
He's not a member. There's only 3. There's 3 original members of Cypress Hill: Sendog, Be Real, and Muggs. That's it.
In 2006, he collaborated with his brother Sendog of hip hop group Cypress Hill. Mixmaster Mike.
Mixmaster Mike is from the West Coast too.
Yeah. Mixmaster Mike.
Pretty famous. Mixmaster Mike is pretty famous too, bro. He got some stuff out there.
And I always thought he was Jewish.
Nah.
You sure?
I mean,
well, his last name is Schwartz. His last name is Michael. His name is Michael Schwartz.
He could be German.
He is.
He could be German.
Born in San Francisco, California, Mixmaster Mike is of German and Filipino descent. I thought he was like Asian.
Yeah, that sounds German. Schwartz is more like sound German to me.
German, yeah.
Now, if you said Schwarzenheimer, that would be Jewish.
Well, no.
Or Flickenheimer.
Schwarzenheimer is still German. Heimer is still German.
Yeah, that'd be German. Yeah. You said Einstein. That would be Jewish.
No, Einstein's German too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, there are German Jews. There are German Jews out there.
There are German Jews, but yeah, Jewish names usually are like Baum or Steen, not like Gold or like
or Flickenheimer
or Man, but the Heimer is German. Heimer and Steen are German. Jewish blood is Heimer is
about Hoffman. Hoffman's a Jewish name.
Hoffman, I think, is definitely Jewish.
That would be Jewish.
Because it ends with MAN, like man.
Yeah,
like
Shepherd. Shepardi would be a Jewish name. Abrams and
What are we doing? No, but back to the hip hop. Yeah, back to Kendrick Lamar's latest album, super dope. Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers, super dope song that I heard from the album, and I really like the Ghostface joint. He has a track with Ghostface.
Yeah, Ghostface dropped it on that. Yeah. Ghost showed you. Not only do I still have it, but I'm going to keep it, and it ain't never going nowhere. Like Ghost showed you that because. I'm not even gonna lie. I had a conversation with a guy last night, and we were talking about the Kendrick Lamar album. We talking about Ghost, and they were acting like one of the guys. He was like, "Yeah, but he ain't a new rapper." So I'm like, "Whoa! Why he got to be a new rapper in order to be relevant? Like, let's keep it a buck. If you put out good music, he was like, well, I don't even know when the last time Ghost put something out. Ghost put something out, in the last 2 years?
Ghost
so that would make him relevant. Yeah. I was like, he's been putting stuff out. So for all you young cats out there, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Most of the rappers that come out now, they suck. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They suck. Like I'm just gonna go. And I'm not being biased.
I'm not saying
that it's like I'm not saying it to hate, but I'm keeping it a buck. I can listen to anything or anybody from any era. It doesn't make a difference. If the music's good, it's just good. But I don't put a stereotype. Right. I don't put a stereotype on the music or the artist. Like for somebody to say, because he ain't newer, he ain't relevant. That's bullcrap. Because if every artist from back, like if every artist that was hitting like back in the day decided to get in the studio and get with somebody and really, really put their mind to it and their creative juices and put, they would literally trump just about everything that's out there today because the industry is ruling and letting these guys flash. These guys right now, all they want is flash, flash, flash. Like Black Thought said. All that's why the song he got out with Danger Mouse called No Gold Teeth. Because all they want is flash. They want flash, they want money. That's all they talk about. That's all they about. The lyrics have no content. It's dumbing, it's mind numbing, it's just it's like zombified.
They don't
Bro.
really have, they don't really have lyrical content. They just do chants
No.
and hooks and catchy things, and it makes me want to look at them like this. And but yes, Ghostface is my favorite rapper. Like he don't ever fucking fail. Like but he did the Kendrick track, and this is Kendrick's 5th studio project, and for just over 24 hours, it took
It had to.
I'm reading the wrong thing. This reportedly marks
Yeah.
the end of an era, as Mr. Morale is said to be the last release from Kendrick Lamar on TDE. But fans are excited about what the Los Angeles icon has mapped out for the future. As debates and discussions continue, fans have caused several features on the record to go viral already. And the discourse over Kodak Black's inclusion remains a heavy topic. But on a lighter side of the social media, Ghostface Killah is once again receiving his flowers. The Wu-Tang Clan icon has been a formidable force in hip hop since emerging from Staten Island all those decades ago, and his longevity hasn't been missed by varying generations of rap fans. Ghost added his talents to Purple Hearts alongside Kendrick and Summer Walker. So those are the tracks, Purple Hearts and Summer Walker, and listeners were quick to share that they were again impressed with how he blazed through his bars. The praise is well deserved for a hip hop legend, and we concur with every compliment given. But a few of the reactions to it, he said, someone said Ghostface getting a feature on one of the most anticipated hip hop albums of 2022. When I first heard of him in 1993, is a testament to his longevity and greatness. And like Stu, you were saying, his relevance. He's on one of the most anticipated albums of the year, of really the past however long, probably 5 years.
Yeah.
And then someone else said putting Ghostface Killah on your album is always a good idea.
I don't see how you can go wrong.
You can't go wrong. You never lose.
You can't go wrong.
No one's gonna be like, fucking a Ghostface verse. No one does that because it's always interesting. It's always cool, and it always sounds dope. Quasimodo said it's so funny that there are people that are going to discover Ghostface Killah in 2022 on a Kendrick Lamar album. I second that, Quasimodo. That is funny. And yeah, Lennar Young said, "Nah, this new put the cherry on top with Ghostface on Purple Hearts." Tony the Dome, man, I need to update my top 20 greatest MCs and slide Ghostface Killah in my top 10. Man, you got to slide him in your top 5. It's time, and I've fought it long enough. 1993 to 2022, amazing albums and dope verses. Somebody got to move over. I mean, Tony the Dome, you should have been had Ghost in your top 10. You should have had me in top 5. But I can
see that. But that's my point. That's my point, Reno. They like a lot of cat. Like look at it like this. Me would have never said Sugar Hill Gang was whack, or we would have never said Melly Mel and them didn't really count, or we would have never said LL Cool J, or matter of fact, we would have said Kool Moe Dee.
They're
I mean, but he old. Know what I mean, we would have never said that
no more.
Right, we'd be like, nah, them cats still putting out hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the time we got up, we were listening to Craig Karras one. You know, Onyx had just dropped. You know what I mean? Run DMC. We that's like us saying, oh, Run DMC, they're all right, but they ain't no Mobb Deep. You know,
Right.
like now you got cats to be like, well, Ghostface, you know, yeah, all right, but he old.
He
I
old.
mean,
He ain't relevant no
you know,
more.
right? He ain't relevant. You can't say that because we never said that. Like we never like. At least I can go back and I can listen to, like I can go back and listen to. It wasn't like, all right, look at it like this. It wasn't my era. It wasn't my time or none of that. But I could go back and listen to a Diana Ross and the Supreme albums and
Right.
be like, yo, that was
But
nice. Like that was, and see how it was put together. And be like, I see why they. I see
to
why
keep it a
people love
buck though, when we was kids, we did make fun of the older rappers a little bit. We clowned them a little bit, like they sound corny. Like we laughed at how they rapped and all of that when we was younger. As we got a little older, we started to be like, okay, now I'm like appreciating what he
it.
did for the game. You know what I'm saying? And
I
but
ain't never clown none of them. You know, I just, you know what it was for me.
oh,
I'm not gonna lie. What it was for
hip
me
hop
was
has
like my
always
older.
been that way. It's always been that way
Nah,
to like, oh, you old, you outdated. If you really think
see, I
about it,
had,
bro, when we was in the midst of it
see
in
it.
the 90s and the 80s, when you was old,
I
but we still give you respect, and we not gonna just say you know you don't
oh
count.
yeah, like
But
I
it
could
took us
listen
a
to
little
it.
time to get to the point where we was like, okay, like I'm not gonna pop in fucking Sugar Hill Gang and bump it in my car. I'm not gonna
I wouldn't
a
say
hip
that.
to the heavy to the
I wouldn't
hip
say
hop
that,
and you
Reno,
don't
because I
stop.
liked it that song. I thought that
We
song was
made
dope.
fun of it though. It
I
was
thought it
cool.
Yeah,
was
I bump
dope.
that song.
I
I
thought
would
it was
bump that one.
dope.
It's a great.
Yeah, I would
Fucking
bump that. Reno, I
it's a
thought it was
classic.
dope.
It's a classic.
I
It's
thought that
dope.
song was dope.
But
Now
I'm gonna
I ain't
bump
going.
it
to
on
See,
the
I was
corner.
different, Reno. Like, all right, I can't say
You
that.
ain't
I can
gonna
say
hear
this.
it. Rather,
There
I
were
say
songs they
corner.
had. There were songs that there were songs some of the old school rappers had that I could listen to. But for me to go buy a whole album and be
Oh,
like, all right, I'm gonna listen to the album, no, it wouldn't happen.
that's what I'm saying.
But they had a song here, they or a single I could listen. I'd be like, all right, that's dope. Like Kumo D, I'm not gonna lie, I was never a big fan of Kumo D. But
And I was
people love Kumo D.
when I
I
was
didn't.
10 years old.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you
But
ask me now, I got a better appreciation for Kumo D than
50
I did.
ways, 50 ways, 50
See,
ways.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it back then, man. I just, you know what I mean?
Now when that
It's
shit came out, that shit was hard to me. But it doesn't like rap. Hip hop has always been a very competitive music genre, which is why we don't. It, it, it's been heavily criticized for not respecting its pioneers. It's not like the kids today do it, but like we always said, like Rolling Stones, 70 years old, still on stage, dancing and doing their thing, and still selling out fucking arenas. But
it's true.
Cool Mo D or one of them older rappers, shit, even Rakim. You know what I'm saying? It's not hip hop has always been that genre that didn't really respect its elders, and I think that shit just snowballed to the point now where the new generation just completely shits on anything that wasn't out last week, that didn't come out last week, and but it's not. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying that that's one of the good things about hip hop, but it's just one of those
Right.
facts that we have. I think now we're seeing the result of those behaviors and then that super competition. We're seeing what comes of it now is you've got a generation that just completely disregards, the ones that came before it, and they're not even talking about the Kool Moe D's and the old school rappers. They're talking about Ghostface. They're talking about Wu-Tang Clan. They're talking about Biggie. You know what I mean? They're talking about shit that would still be relevant. Like if this was rock and roll, shit don't get old. Like kids listen to Led Zeppelin today. You know what I mean? Like that shit it doesn't get old. But I know you got to go, Stu. It's getting to be that time. You got to get to work. But yeah, man, we
Yeah, I stayed on as long. I stayed on a little longer than usual tonight, but I mean, I get it, man, and I I understand, but as long as Ghost got his props, man, I'm a big Wu Tang fan. That's all I care about, man. I don't really care about that. Just all I, bottom line is this: give props where props is due. That's all.
right.
That's
And
how I
I'm
feel.
glad Kendrick
That's
did it.
it.
That's right. And I'm glad Kendrick did it, and I'm glad and not a lot of young, new fans are gonna discover Ghostface. That's a great
Oh
thing.
yeah.
It's a beautiful
Oh
thing.
yeah. Yeah.
Because Ghost is one that his style, his versatility, it evolves. Like he can still sound dope today. It's like Method Man. Like they can rap any style.
Listen,
They
man, I'm
can
gonna keep it a buck.
Jay-Z.
Let me keep it a buck, man, and then I gotta roll. I ain't never known him not to be able to rap versatile. Because you got to think when
Right.
Wu-Tang, they came out in the 90s. Like they came out like
Early
93.
90s.
Yeah, early 90s. So now they went through 93, 95, early 2000. They was rapping on everybody's stuff. Like, I
They were
mean,
big at the
they
end
was
of the
big,
90s.
right? At the end of the
97
night, right?
when Wu-Tang Forever came out, it was the biggest fucking thing since whatever,
Right.
sliced bread.
So you
And
got,
that
so
was
you
the
got to
end of the
think,
90s. They
you got, yeah,
dominated the
you got to
whole
think Wu-Tang. Yeah, you got to think Wu-Tang is some of the biggest in the history of rap. They're the biggest names around the world. Like, I don't know anybody. You know people that don't know nothing about rap, but you say Wu Tang, they know who that is. You say Little Dirk,
yeah.
they be like, well, I don't know who that is. Well, I don't know. But if you
Unfortunately,
say
I know
Wu
who
Tang,
that is.
right? But if you say Wu Tang, they be like, oh, okay, all
'Cause it's
right, I
iconic.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of them just
And
got.
but they
I think it was
dominated for
Little.
so long.
Yeah,
They
one of them just
dominated for
got bought
so
up
long.
on. One of them just got bought
Ooh.
up on record. I think it was Little Dirk. One of them just got bought up on like they were selling weapons. Like they got bought up on. They were
Yeah,
selling.
something like that. One of them.
Yeah, I forget
One
who
of
it
the
is.
little
Yeah,
movies.
y'all probably. But with that, I gotta roll. Sada probably, she into that. She like Little Dirk.
What
I
I
know.
am. That's
one of the Wu-Tang members?
that's
No,
crazy.
no, 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 no. From Atlanta. Two Atlanta rappers. Who was Sada? It was
I hold on.
What they got to do with the Wu?
Nah. It's just just they mind state now. But I gotta roll. I'll catch y'all later. See you Monday. Peace.
All right, brother.
All right.
All right, peace.
Peace.
I'm finally
actually,
seeing,
Stu,
the Strange movie tomorrow.
you still here? Did he go? What did you say,
He's still
son?
here. Oh no, I was saying tomorrow I'm finally seeing the Doctor Strange movie, so
Oh,
I'm excited for
okay,
that.
okay. Yeah, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Well, yeah, no, we're gonna wrap up the show anyway, guys. But thanks for coming and chopping it up with us and hanging out for the DC Power Hour. I guess an hour and 40 minutes. But yeah, we'll be back Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all already know what it is. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please hit that like button. Please leave a comment, not on the chat, but not the live chat, but leave a comment in the comments, please. It's apparently very helpful for us to keep our channel rolling and in the faces of new people, so that we can bring you more content. And serious biz, peace. Thank y'all for chilling, and that is our show for the day. Peace.